Identifying proportional relationships in graphs. Basic. So basic only means they're going to give you two graphs and they're going to be straight lines and it's going to be pretty easy to determine yes or no. Each graph below is given a relationship between x and y. For each graph, determine whether x and y are proportional. If x and y are proportional, fill in the blank with a number. Alright, so we're going to take a pretty in-depth look at this real quick and remember how to determine proportional relationships. So let's take a second to remember those things. Okay, you guys will probably remember that proportions set two proportional relationship sets two fractions equal to each other. So that's going to be our first thing. All of our ratios of y over x are going to be equal. The graph is a straight line and it crosses through the origin, which is the point 0, 0, and we'll highlight that here in a minute. So proportional relationship, remember, is something like a over b would equal c over d. Okay, and now you're like, oh yeah, we cross, multiply, and divide. Well, we're not even going to do that. We're going to look at the points given. Previously, when we've dealt with proportional relationships, you were given a table and some numbers, and then you're asked to do this type of thing. Now we have the line, but without the numbers. So what do? Well, you go find the numbers. The good thing about a graph is that the numbers are already on the grid. Okay, so we're going to look at 2 points and determine if they're proportional by the ratio of y to x. It doesn't explain that to you here, but that's what it wants. It wants y over x based on the description right here. So let's look at this point 1, 3. Its ratio is going to be 3 over 1 will be our y over x, so 3 over 1. And we need to look at the next point. It's 6 over 2. So we need the ratio to be y over x, so I took the y value and put it over the x value. Y value over the x value. And it comes from the points that it intersects on the grid. The points that it intersects on the grid here. So right now I have 3 over 1 and I have 6 over 2. And you're probably like, well, 3 doesn't equal 6 and 1 doesn't equal 2. But if I reduce 6 over 2, it's going to give me 3 over 1. So my ratios are now equal. This is a proportional relationship. Y over x is indeed equal. The next thing we need to check is it a straight line? And yes, it is a straight line. It's a really straight line. And does it cross through the point 0, 0, the origin? Does it cross through the origin, which is this point right here? Origin. It's because it's where the graph should originate from. It's a proportional relationship because all three of these are true, so it's proportional. And then this blue box would light up right here, and you would put that y is 3 over 1 times x. And sometimes Alex is really picky and won't let you put the 3 over 1 in. So let's check to see if this second graph is proportional. So the first thing you need to do is to look at your points and see what information is given. So if I'm looking for y over x, I'm going to look at my y value and it crosses at 3. And my x value is also 3, and that reduces to 1. Our next one is going to be 8 over 4, and that reduces to 2. So now you can clearly see that they are not equal. They are not in proportion. And that's all you have to do. Another reason that they're not proportional is because it doesn't cross through the origin. The origin's clear over here, and it crosses the line, it crosses the x-axis between 2 and 3. So really what you need to look for is it a straight line, and are they proportional? If it's proportional, it'll definitely always cross through the origin. So remember, find your points in y over x and reduce them and make sure they turn out to be the same number.